Hello guys! Today I will be reviewing Rakk's latest keyboard, which is the Rakk Hanan Ultra. It was released for pre-order around the 30th of August of 2024 and is now available on EasyPC and on both EasyPC online shops or Rakk shops in Shopee or Lazada. Just like my last video for the Rakk Limaya headset, I'll be dropping the price immediately since a lot of people consider the price of the item as much as the quality of the product. Now, the Rakk Hanan Ultra costs around 3,495 pesos. So with that out of the way, we can proceed with reviewing the Rakk Hanan Ultra 81 keys wireless aluminum mechanical keyboard. Now, starting with the box, it comes with their signature black and yellow dual-tone design, the indication of the model, and its details on the top and bottom of the box. It also indicates what color you chose for the keyboard, and as you can see here, I chose white, since I've only had black keyboards so far. Now upon removing the sleeve-like box on the package itself, we are greeted with a well-stored keyboard inside the box that has a supporting foam for the keyboard so it doesn't jump around, a plastic cover to shield the keyboard from dust and dirt, which also displays the manual for the Hanan Ultra, and a sleeve for the keyboard to be safe from scratches and such. It also has a compartment on the side that consists of two custom Rakk 45-gram switches, a straight braided USB Type-C to Type-A cable, and a dual puller for your keycaps and switches. Now removing the plastic top cover, we can see the manual at the back with all the functions, shortcuts, and details that you would need to know about the keyboard itself. Setting that aside, we have our keyboard itself with all its glory. Now, this would be my first week using the Rakk Hanan Ultra since I've received this on September 21st, which was Saturday last week, and I'm doing this review this September 28th, which is exactly 7 days after I received it. So all of what I'm saying is how I've experienced the Rakk Hanan Ultra within the first week. Carrying it with your hands, it is expected to be heavy since it is an aluminum case keyboard that is a non-exploded 75% layout. Looking at it from the bottom, there are two rubber circular feet on all sides that acts as a stand. While the two of them are smaller at the bottom and two of them are bigger at the top, this replicates the typical stands that we see from other keyboards. But with this one, you don't have to change the tilt angle of the keyboard since it only has one profile tilt. Along the rubber feet of the keyboard, you will see the engraved Rakk logo on the aluminum bottom case, the sticker of the model of the keyboard, and a small QC Pass sticker below it. Going on to the specs of the keyboard itself, as stated on the box, the keyboard is an aluminum CNC case with cherry PVD keycaps included and uses Rakk's custom linear switches of 45 grams. It is of course tri-mode, so you can go wired, 2.4 GHz, or even Bluetooth. It consists of 81 keys as stated on the title of the keyboard that also includes a knob on the top right side of the layout. The Hanan Ultra also has a software that was provided by Rakk. Here, you can adjust the macros, the combination, the lighting, the function, and all those other stuff that you'd like to adjust to your liking. What I notice here is that they've implemented the sharing of your lighting layout and macro layout to other users of the Hanan Ultra, which is a pretty cool feature if you'd like to look around for a light design for your keyboard if you can't make one up. You can also look at the other macro settings based on what they're using it for. I can see it being useful in cases such as gaming, so you can see how they laid out their macros for certain games. Going back to the board itself, it is a universal hot swap socket that is a 5-pin hole, so if you do plan on switching the stock switches with a 3-pin or a 5-pin, that is possible. The board's orientation of the PCB is south-facing, so if you have side-engraved keycaps, this would be a perfect keyboard for you if you're going for that aesthetic. And now that we've talked about the surface view of the keyboard, we can check what the Hanan Ultra looks on the inside. Upon disassembling the Hanan Ultra, we are first greeted with the aluminum CNC top case that is gasket mounted, the polycarbonate plate that has a plate dampener, an SU dampener, and a PCB itself. And below it, we can see that there is a case dampener to cover the aluminum CNC bottom case where it has a small plastic film to separate the battery and from the other parts. I won't be going very deep as to what kind of foam they are and how many are sandwiched in between the polycarbonate plate and the PCB, since I'm mainly explaining what the keyboard is like for the general and how it feels like using it, since I am a newbie after all, and I'm not in too deep like the other keyboard enthusiasts. But if you want a full teardown parts discussion, you can check out Merkeebs for his Rakk Hanan Ultra review down in the description below, as he included it in his video. Now with the build out of the way, we can see how the keyboard sounds like. With the Hanan Ultra being stock with factory loose switches, for me, it sounds clacky and poppy at the same time. And as a talk enjoyer, I didn't expect to actually enjoy the clacky sound since I thought deep talks are the only way to go. And apparently I was wrong, so kudos to Rakk for making the Hanan Ultra sound so nice. But of course, since we're done talking about it being stock, it is time to mod it. I'll be doing the Tempest mod where I put painter's tape underneath the PCB, and as for the switches, I will be showcasing the Akko V3 cream yellow non-pro switches and the Rakatala palm switches. Now that that's out of the way, I shall proceed with the modding itself. And there you go. We have completely modded the Rakk Hanan Ultra to my liking, and I have to say that I love it very much. I'm just torn between using the Catalog Palms versus the Aqua V3 switches. Both are nice for me. One is a lot louder than the other one, but both sounds very good. I like the quiet deep sounding clicks from the Catalog Palm, but I also love the audible talks of the Aqua V3 Yellows, so who knows on what I'll be using between the two. And that is it for the Rakk Hanan Ultra 81 keys wireless aluminum mechanical keyboard. That is long as hell, but yeah, I'd say this keyboard is definitely worth it as a 75% aluminum CNC with keycaps and switches included. Let me know your thoughts about this keyboard and tell me if I have missed important details or wrong information about the keyboard down in the comment section below. And if you have questions, feel free to ask them and I'll try answering them as best as I can. I know this review took a long time to finish. I was so busy with stuff and this is the only time that I'm able to do it, to finish the video for it. So terribly sorry for that, and for the people who were expecting the review to come out earlier or around in October. I've reviewed the keyboard back in September to October, but yeah, a lot of events had happened. But anyways, here we are. I've done the video and I hope you liked it. Anyways, this has been Jirolat and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.